Diane, Daniel here with the Dville Buzzz podcast, coming to you live from the Blue Rose Art Bistro in downtown Douglasville, sponsored by Enjoy Life Cleaning and the Blue Rose. Please help me in welcoming one of Douglasville's influencers, Miss Patty Wenck.
Thank you.
As you can hear, Patty comes with her own fan club. Here to celebrate her. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. Patty, you are a wife, a mom, a grandmother, a great-grandma, an author, a speaker, an entrepreneur, a serial entrepreneur. Am I missing something else?
That's exhausting, isn't it? That's my day.
That is your day.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for coming out and joining us today.
Thank you.
And I wanted to talk about a few of the things that you do. We won't go into all of them today, but tell us a little bit about your business. So you have a few different businesses, but one of them is a travel agency. So tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, and most people are familiar with the kinds of things that a travel agent does. What I want to emphasize are some of the things that I can offer. If someone's looking for a trip and it may be an area I'm familiar with, if it's not, I actually have a huge network of other travel agents that I can tap into, so that it's important that I'm comfortable with the location and where it is that my clients are going. A couple things that I want to emphasize is that I am in the process right now of finishing the testing that I'm doing to be a special needs travel specialist. And I think that's an area that is overlooked so many times because there are so many challenges, and families that have those that have special needs sometimes need a chance to just get away and know that where they're going is going to be a place where they are taken care of. Another area that I wanted to talk about is for any of you that have nonprofits, I also can do groups cruising, for instance, where the nonprofit can make money. An example would be a recent one I've done with Carnival. The nonprofit itself will get $32 per cabin, and that's for a 4-night cruise, but Carnival matches that. So every cabin that's going on this cruise will then receive $64. So just let me know. You can contact me at Patty, P-A-T-T-Y, at wenktravel.com, and that's W-E-N-C-K travel.com.
Wonderful. Now, if, you have, I saw this today and I was amazed. So this is tips for travelers. So what is the one thing that you say that you might think that is an aha moment for travelers as they're traveling and they said, I wish I knew? What would that be?
Well, one of the areas that I don't think people tap into are government agencies that actually focus on travel. They're up to date as to what's going on in the country that you're visiting or the state that you're going to. They also can give you ideas. If you're going to be overseas for a long period of time, you definitely want to be able to contact the consulate. Make sure you have emergency numbers. The other two things that I highly emphasize constantly with my clients would be passports and travel insurance. And passports, I would encourage, please do that even on a cruise when they are not required. All it takes is a one incident, and I've been on cruise ships where there has been an incident for a family, and you know that wasn't planned.
Yeah. So having a passport, even though the cruises might say you don't need it,
right,
and travel insurance.
Right.
Now, myself personally, I've never purchased travel insurance, and I've traveled internationally because I always felt like, oh, I may not need that. But that's something that you're saying this is imperative that you have that when you're traveling overseas.
Yeah, and I think most of us are following the news, and we know that there are things that are happening all over, and that's not just internationally. That's within the United States. You need to be sure that you're aware, and it may be something as simple as, and that's not simple, but a hurricane that is coming through, or that there is a problem with the weather, or that there is an airplane that isn't working. I can remember us being removed from a plane and they let us know it needed to be fixed. And it was like, oh yeah, I agree with that, that's fine. Or that wonderful feeling when you've lost your luggage and it shows up when you get home. So that's not, that takes a lot out of a trip.
So is that something that a travel insurance plan
Yes.
would cover that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
wonderful.
and you have a direct access with whoever the travel company, the insurance company is. I'm not licensed as a travel insurance, so I just point someone to where they need to call and who they need to get a hold of, because that's not my area of license.
Yeah. Well, I love that. I love that you actually provide the information. Patty has actually tips for travelers, about 14 tips here, and if you would like to, Patty, you said that you would extend and actually send this out to anyone
Sure.
that would like them or in the information. And you can go to www.wencktravel.com, and we'll actually post that information on after our broadcast right underneath, so you'll be able to click on the links. So this is just one of the businesses that you do, right? So tell us a little bit about the other
The second
ones.
one is called Your Healthy Home Products, and there are a lot of those products that are amazing that are out there with different companies. I chose this one because of the microfiber that they offer, and we see microfiber cloths and so on in stores all over. But with Norwex, it has they have a patent, and the patent is with the microfiber contains microsilver, and microsilver is a disinfectant. So once you use the cloth, whether it's for your body, your face, especially if you have babies, anyone that has sensitive skin, it's water only, removes up to 99% of the bacteria. But when you rub the cloth against itself, it actually disinfects itself within 24 hours.
Wow.
So that doesn't mean you don't clean it. So please don't get that idea. But it's great for my clients when they're traveling to know that that's another area of safety and health that they're taking with them as a gift from me.
Oh, wow. So if we book a cruise with you, we get a gift
Yes.
to maintain cleanliness.
Yes.
This sounds like a win-win already.
All right, yes, absolutely.
And if we need some good reading material, you could provide that for us also.
Yes, I have a book. Actually, I'm one of 11 authors in this book, Women Everywhere, Level Up and Lead. They just allowed us to put our picture on the front of each of our own books. But anyway, but it has to do with the struggles and the challenges that women have gone through, whether it's in the corporate world. I wasn't. I've been an educator for years, but it's working in environments that have challenges, and this is a fantastic read. We all have the same questions, but each one of us brings an entirely different experience to what we're writing about. So it may be that my particular story may not be the one that resonates the most with you, but it might be that someone else's. And our idea is to really help women have the sense of their value. And one of the things I point out is a woman does not have to lose her value and who she is. If she loses that, then you're in the wrong, that's the wrong job, because that is not the way it should be. We each carry who we are in every aspect that we're in, whether it's in our families, whether it's in our jobs, and to me that's the most important thing. Be proud of who you are and know that you're giving God the glory in everything that you do.
Wonderful. Now, if we wanted to purchase the book, where could we find it?
All you need to do is send me, again, the email is patty@wencktravel.com. I can do the delivery if you're within driving distance. And the book is $20. So don't hesitate to let me know. I'd be happy to give this to you. And if you know that it's something that can be put in a library where other young women can have access to it, this would be an amazing resource with the amount of information and the expertise that's in here.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Patty. Now, there's something else that we wanted to talk to you about a little bit also. Now, you're a servant leader. You're always serving. And tell us a little bit about your work with the nonprofits in our community.
I think anyone that's part of a community needs to find where their passion is and that they're sharing that. Too many times we see those that sit on the sidelines and are doing nothing but complaining about what's going on in our communities, what's happening in our schools, what things aren't right. But if that's all we focus on, then that means our entire life is centered around all this that's negative. So to me, it's get in, start finding the place that has the most importance to you. For me, one of those areas, and it's really kind of an umbrella that is involved in many of the nonprofits I'm part of. One of them has to do with education, very active within the school system. On some of the boards, have an opportunity to present things to the young people. I think what we all want is we want to have our young people find jobs and places here. And if we can do that, that's what our community's doing, is doing that. I think the other area that means a lot to me has to do with mental health. It covers my working with CORE. It has to do with Higher Standards Foundation, which is working with returning citizens, but it also has to do with working with suicide prevention. One of the things, I think when we go through something that is a major tragedy, that I believe my God-given responsibility is to turn that into something that helps someone else, either helps them prevent going through that or at least helps answer some questions. And I was blessed to ask to be part of the West Georgia Woman that was published in September. This whole this magazine was centered around suicide prevention. Angela Daly is the owner and publisher. Her focus has always been the concern because she has lost her nephew. So she had contacted me and asked me if I would do an article because we lost our grandson 4 years ago to suicide. And at the time I didn't have time to do it, but she'd already seen a video that I had done. And the video, actually the resource for the video is underneath the picture here. So she asked me if they could, what their staff did, which was so far above and beyond, is they literally took my video and transcribed the entire video into the magazine article. So the article is all about the amazing young man that I have right here, but it's also about what our family went through from the time our daughter found him. And I wrote it this way and shared it this way because, sometimes people feel that they're a burden because of their mental illness and the mental things they're going through, and that their families are so much better off without them. Not true. And I wrote this with the idea of somebody seeing it and saying, I cannot put my family through what this family had to go through. And actually had a good friend of mine that's a counselor that told me of a young man that came to her with the magazine and the article and had been considering suicide, and told her because of what he read he couldn't do it to his family. The idea is if we each, and this is our precious great-granddaughter, we still have a part of our precious Alex. But if we don't each take, whether it's writing like this, or being in a nonprofit, or going into schools, or having a business, or whatever it is we do, if we're not taking the experiences and the things that we've learned and the challenges that we've learned and the challenges that we've had to experience, and if we don't share those and help someone else, then we are not, it would just stop with death. That sounds harsh, but it can't do that. It has to be, what can I make it into something that is positive and helps others. And that's exactly why. Oh yeah, and see, God agreed with that too, because He's told the young people they needed to listen to the elders, and I'm all about that. So tap into the resources that we have. And at the same time, also, obviously, listen to the wisdom that we can come through with young people. But our job is to be part of a community and to find and work with everything that we can that's positive. And that's really what my message is, and that's, to me, giving me a chance to do it. And I so deeply appreciate Michelle, what Blue Rose, and I know they're going to talk about that in a minute, and she is too, but I'm going to. What Michelle offers and does here at Blue Rose, the doors that she opens for other people, the chances that others can display their beautiful artwork, that they can come in and share who they are and what they're doing. I mean, she's turned this place into one of the most wonderful, I think it's one of the most wonderful gifts anyone could give Douglas County. And then you have Omar and Diane, who have added to that with this blessing of doing the podcast. But our community needs to know what's going on, and that's good.
You know, I appreciate you coming out here today. And, you know, we've known you and Stan for years. And one thing I could say is you are always so consistent. We know when we see Patty and Stan, we're going to see a smile. We're going to get a hug, right? We're always going to get a hug. Stand around. But, you know, you lead by example. And you're truly a trailblazer in regards to anytime there is a negative, you know, there's a negative comment made or anything like that, you always find the positive in it. And you always, you know, you hold people accountable that you can be a part of the problem or you could be a part of the solution. And I think that's what you always consistently bring to the table.
Thank you.
You're always innovating, you're building. You know, we have an amazing community.
Yes.
Douglasville has so much to offer. And look at all the people that came out today. I mean, we have Lisa James here. She's doing amazing things,
yes.
Right?
Yep.
I mean, we have Dr. DJ, which was our guest last week. Amazing.
Jessica.
We have Jessica with Straight Street Life, which, I mean, blown away. We have Marigold with JC Freedom House. I mean, we have some serious game changers in the room.
Yes. Yeah.
You know.
And we have, I'm going to add on to that, Gail Moore is here working with the Georgia Manufacturing Alliance, where we're building our young people, we're building our community, and we have this amazing representative from our Water Sewer Authority who is #1 in the state, let alone,
But you know, it's all together.
Yes.
Our community is us all coming together and each one doing their part and being an influencer. So thank you for being here today, Patty. Thank you for sharing all that you do. And this is only just scratching the surface. Because, you know, you're also a preacher's wife.
Yeah.
So you have a whole congregation also. So, you know, thank you for everything that you do, truly.
Thank you.
And for also sharing that, you know, the article in West Georgia Women. I encourage you to please, and we'll actually put the link there also, because they have the electronic option where you could just click on it. West Georgia Women, Angela Daly is doing amazing things
Yes.
and spreading the word. And Patty's article, it's life-changing. You read the article that is in here, and it will really give you a different perspective on things, and especially on mental health. Because that's a taboo sometimes we don't talk about.
Yeah.
So thank you for bringing that to light and sharing that with us, Patty. I truly, truly appreciate, you know, sitting down and talking with you a little bit more today.
We go way back, I'm going to interrupt in here, but when you know you go to Martha's Vineyard and get to live in the same house with people, you really get to know them. And we've got to do that 2 years.
2 years. Yes, I say, you know, Patty has seen me with bedhead and without, you know, it's like, this is a whole nother level of friendship. But anyway, yeah, so it's been amazing. And so thank you so much for being here. And we're actually going to bring on my co-host, Miss
Yes.
MJ, now to come and visit with us.
Miss MJ got about 5 hats on today.
Yes.
Waitress, cook, host,
Yes.
mama, and everything else. Wow, we have an amazing week ahead of us, guys. It is Halloween. It is getting, what is it, not toasty, what's the right word? It's getting chilly out. Are you guys liking the new weather now that's happened, the weather change?
Absolutely.
Let's give a hand for the weather change. I'm liking that. So I got my sweater on today. It's not in pink, but I got it on. So I'm here to actually bring you Patty. First of all, let's give Patty a major, let's give Patty a major hand right now, because Patty, talking about a woman that got 100 jobs, that can do everything, that can fix everything, that can be everything, and that has an amazing heart out of all of it, and a woman of God. So she deserves a special shout out for that. So thank you, Patty, for being with us today. And I believe we're also on a committee together. I know Diane's going to talk about it a little later because we have an amazing guest in-house, but also next week we have she's going to be joining us. So, but Patty and I actually all three of us are on that committee. Yeah. We're three busy people, but we make it work because the amazing person that we serve, her name is Lisa, and she deserves all the support. So,
absolutely, this
is a great committee to be a part of. But let me give you the skinning on what's going on in Dville. So don't forget to check out at the Benton House. We have the Harvest Breakfast. I see some of our chamber members are in the house. Lady D will give them a shout out, but a special shout out to our chamber members that are in the house. Don't forget to check us out from 8 to 10 a.m. on October the 24th. It is the Harvest Breakfast, and everybody should participate in that. Whether or not you're a chamber or not, you can get some information about the chamber as a part of it. The chamber has been amazing for our business. I know it's been amazing for your business, and definitely yours as well. So definitely don't miss that. Then check out on October the 26th from 5 to 8 p.m. It is the second annual Fall Festival happening with the Douglas County Coroner's Office. Last year we participated. A lot of kids came out for that. That's happening again this weekend. We're very excited about that. So don't miss it. Parents, bring your kids out. There are going to be a lot of tricks and a lot of treats and a lot of fun. And then next, don't forget, at the Vine Cafe right here in downtown Douglasville. There are amazing restaurants if you haven't checked us all out in downtown Douglasville. We're just one of the amazing ones. But the Vine, which is right down the street from here, is doing an amazing show called The Long Ball. And it's actually a dinner theater type thing. Yeah. I think Councilman Terry Miller is doing it. Everybody, it's important to support the local arts. Come out for that. That's on October the 26th from 7 to 10 p.m. I'm going to try my best to be there and be a part of it. It's like a murder mystery type thing, right? Terry's awesome, though. Yes. He's a great guy. So don't miss out on that. And then, of course, on this Friday night, right here in the spot, we have a lot of stuff going on. We have our official Halloween party. This time we're doing it in support of Chestnut Log basketball, girls and boys basketball team. Okay. And so you got to come dressed. So, Lady D, what are you going to be? Lady
It's a surprise.
Ooh. Patty, what are you going to Patty, you out of town or something, right?
Oh,
she always going. Not this time. Well, anyway, for all those that want to join us, it's only for adults. So put on your favorite Halloween costume and come out and just have a great time, but it's all for a great cause. With that being said, I think that is it on what's happening in Dville. Thank you for just checking out us on the Buzzz. And first of all, I want my amazing host to give us the tidy tip for the day.
I have a tidy tip. Everyone is going to appreciate this tidy tip.
Amen.
So has anyone ever heated up something with sauce in a Tupperware and now the Tupperware is destroyed and you have one option, throw it in the trash, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I have a trick to actually fix that. So you have your Tupperware and it's all messed up from heating up sauce, and you drop 2 Alka-Seltzer tablets into the Tupperware with hot water, and it sits for 30 minutes and it cleans itself.
See, that's a tidy tip. That's a tidy tip.
Woo! So no more throwing the Tupperware in the trash.
Amen.
Just drop 2 Alka-Seltzers and it actually does its job. And then you rinse it out. You will be amazed. Please try it and then shoot me a text and let me know how much fun that was. Who knew Alka-Seltzer and dirty Tupperwares could create such a, but yeah, it works.
See, we've already told Lady Di that, those tidy tips need to be in somebody's book. And I don't know where Mr. Taskmaster is, but he's somewhere with the earphones, probably not listening to me right now. But we have to get this in a book. All these tips, ladies and gentlemen, we need these tidy tips to address some of these issues. So we're excited about that new book. Is coming when? We're going to just put it
Really
out
soon.
in the spiritual
2020.
universe. 2020.
2020, it's coming.
It's coming. Let's
Put
get
it
right
out
in for
there.
that.
Yes.
Okay, so here comes Taskmaster. Every show, you know, we highlight a item from our menu. We're very excited about doing this. It's kind of the taste test part of it. This is one of our #1 sellers, which is our crepes with fresh berries. The chef does it here and does it with a lemon curd, cream cheese, spread on the bottom, and fresh honey, all of that good stuff. And so we're really excited about you guys giving it a try.
Oh, that looks so pretty though. Like
I know,
all the
but you
foods
gotta
here,
eat it.
you just
You gotta
have to
eat it.
enjoy it for a moment before you dig
There.
in.
It needs to
Oh
be
my
seasoned
gosh, it's
properly.
gorgeous.
See?
Oh my gosh, beautiful. And so that's lemon curd.
That's lemon curd cream cheese spread with fresh crepes with fresh strawberries, blueberries, and blackberries.
Awesome.
So it's really
Okay.
good. Great.
I am going to try a little
dish.
bit here.
And I may have all the curd over here.
Yes. So she says it might be a little chilly because we've been kind of waiting, but the taste is
Here.
still
It
the
looks
same.
great.
Here.
Oh my gosh.
See another benefit of being here.
That is so wonderful.
I know.
Oh my.
Yes.
This is definitely a must-have.
Must have. Well, this is
This
actually
is dessert. This is dessert for breakfast.
this is actually
It
my
really is.
favorite item on the menu.
Oh,
So,
awesome.
like, I have to have this at least
That's
once
lovely.
a week. Only
can
once a
see
week
why.
because I don't want it to go anywhere else, Miss Patty.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want no crepes on my sides over here. Some little baby crepes. So I can only have it once a
that's
week.
lovely.
It's very good. It's very
That is
good.
phenomenal.
It
Oh,
really
yes.
is.
Oh yes.
Good job, Chef.
Thank you,
Very
Chef
good.
David. We hope you guys enjoy it and definitely come out and check us out here at the Blue Rose. All the various things that we have on the menu. Can I just give just some few shout outs before
Absolutely,
you
go
tell us
for
who
it.
our guests
Yeah.
are next week? Want to give a special shout out to Dr. DJ that's in the house. She was here with us last week, right? Was it last
Yes,
week?
it was last
2
week.
weeks in a row. Amazing speaker, trainer, get your life right coach right here in the house. She's always making me get my life right. Then I see my sister Jessica with Straight Streets. Yes! Woo! She representing, right? Patty, I think you're involved in that too, right?
Oh yes.
But Jessica does amazing work with women, young girls that are, being sex trafficked, and she's working very hard to make sure she provides them with support. So lovely to have her here. Lisa's in the house. You're going to hear from her, but let's give her out. And I don't know if Marigold. Did Marigold come already? Marigold was here last week. Yeah. Special shout out to her and the amazing shelter that she has and supporting so many people. And of course, I see our amazing board members over from the chamber. Woo! Diplomats. And is there anybody else I need to mention?
I actually
You better mention your
wanted my husband all the time. He's my amazing husband of 20 years, and he definitely is the taskmaster, so thank you. But I also wanted to give a special shout out to a friend of mine that's in the audience, which is Paula Feudum. She is a great support, and she does a lot of support in the community
Yes.
also. I know she recently connected with JC Freedom House and provided some lovely gifts for the ladies there. So thank you for all that you do. I appreciate you. And Straight Street also, awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. So
And I would be amiss if I did not say the things that were rattled off that I can do and am. It's because of my husband Stan, and he's here.
Absolutely.
Yes. Let's give a shout out for the husbands in the house, right? So, ladies, I think that's it. That's a wrap. What do we
That's
have
a
to
wrap
look
for
for next week?
next week we are actually going to meet Miss Terenia Cartham. She serves our county on the board. So please come out and meet her. If you don't know what district you're in the county, sometimes we're like, who's my representative? Come out and listen to her speak next week, and you could actually ask that question and kind of find out what district you live in. Sometimes we don't know. And see who represents you. who is your voice out there in government. So Ms. Terenia is going to be here next week. She can answer a lot of those questions for you. And then thereafter, we're actually going to have Miss Emily Leitner, which is the president for the CAC. So we have some amazing people coming on. And next week, we are also going to have Miss Lisa James on for our pre-show, and she's going to share a little bit about what the event that she has coming up.
Yes.
And so we have a lot of exciting things coming up. So come out and join us. And once again, Diane Daniel with the Dville Buzzz and Miss MJ here.
And thank you so much.
Absolutely. Patty, it's been amazing. We loved visiting with you. And we'll see you next week
on the Dville Buzzz.